So there's a little bit of a video game renaissance happening in Sidecar right now.
Yeah. And by renaissance, you refer to the fact that these are old games that we are addicted to.
Yeah, exactly. If there were video games from the Renaissance, we would be playing.
That old Renaissance video game Tic-Tac-Toe.
Oh, man.
You guys have played that.
Oh, man.
The old hula hoop with a stick game. Really
Classic Renaissance
a little
game.
classic 8-bit game.
1 bit.
2
bit. 2 bit.
2 bit, that's how much it costs. 2 bit.
2 bits!
That's where the term originally came from. How they would laugh and laugh that we're paying 16 bits for our games. Or we're in the mid-90s. How many bits are we up to now? I don't know.
Metroid 8-bit.
What do we do? You're playing World of Warcraft.
Well, it's funny because
scone making, World of Warcraft playing. You're the only one with news.
It was on a whim that I started playing it because I...
Describe that whim.
Why else would you play? A business move? Real deal maker. Okay. I heard about a casting agent who's a troll in the Underdome, and I thought maybe I could drop my resume off.
You know, the only species that's really doing very well in the recession is alligator men. So you got to meet some of those guys.
Yeah. Yo, I'll tell you what. I was down in Coney Island 2 days ago, or yesterday, and I went to the Freak Show. I went outside it, and there was a man who was pitching the alligator lady. Funny you say that. And she was all covered in a sheet, and she just had like a burned hand. It was horrible.
Well,
and he was like, they were like 50 cents to get in. There's fucking 4 bits, guys. That's really so cheap.
Well, I think it's funny that that demonstrates the fact that a freak show really revolves around the ability of the freak show operator to rename problems. Where it's like, you go to the freak show and you're like, well, I have burned hands. And he's like, alligator lady, lobster boy. My video game issue is that I started playing this game, like an older game from a couple years ago called Fallout 3. And you wander around a wasteland and you collect garbage and you shoot at mutants. And
now, see, that seems like work to me.
See,
as opposed to freeing a freak.
The first two things make it sense. What if you didn't shoot mutants?
I actually haven't shot any mutants.
You've just been skipping through junk.
I understand that there are mutants to be shot somewhere, but I can't find them.
You can't find them? No. You're just a garbage man.
I need to find some sort of garbage map.
This is great. The greatest, like, bourgeoisie game is to sift through fucking junk.
Well, no,
like, oh god, look at my hands, they're so callous.
Yeah. That is actually
sort 400 bits.
The nightmare of the game is that, like, you can sort of do anything that you want in the game. There's very little structure to it, which makes it even harder than real life. Because I have this theory.
Real life is hard.
While I was wandering around Fallout 3, I developed a theory of life on video games.
Real philosophizing.
Because I didn't have much else to do except for count tin cans. And, like, simple video games are fun because you're like, oh, if I jump on shit and run right, I will win.
Yeah.
And then life is harder than that because there are more options and stuff like that, and it's sort of harder to quantify your goals, and it's also harder to identify what steps will bring you closer to those goals. And harder still is Fallout 3. Because
harder than life itself.
So much harder.
Well, that's why I don't play modern video games, because I'm like, oh, I just do whatever. It's like, it first started with the game Myst, where it's like, here's your world, play. And I was like, no, I want to know what I have to do.
Yeah.
Where's the princess? Where's my goal? I'm goal-oriented. That's why I don't play your bullshit video games. I go out and live.
Whenever you start talking, I watch him, and I can tell by the look on his face whether or not he thinks he's going to edit this part out.
Yeah. Is that a big edit? You don't want to bother expressing something if you're going to just
if I scratch my balls or like pick my teeth, it's because I'm like, we're not using that.
Right.